So Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep strike again with Devil Wears Prada 2, the sequel that no one really asked for, but
the sequel that we all needed.
Yeah, and my oh my, it delivered.
It was good.
Yeah, very, very happy with it. I watched the first one roughly about a week ago, and I thought that one was like a very solid, good, like kind of like the formula for like 2000s. But one of my favorite parts about it was like it didn't really cater to like that like happy ending, like if you watch the movie, but yeah, going into it, I'm like, this movie came out 20 years ago.
Right.
How are they gonna do this? And
what's it gonna be about? Like,
yeah, my oh my.
How do you make a sequel 20 years later? That's not just like
callbacks.
They do perfectly. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I'll just go into it like watching Devil Wears Prada 1, and just all these characters have changed in slight different ways, but like they're just so expanded on, and like you have a lot of like their dilemmas.
I feel like in a lot of sequels, because in like the Devil Wears Prada, there's a lot of character development for the main character, Anne Hathaway, obviously. Yeah. And in a lot of sequels, especially ones that take place this long after, it almost feels like that their character has been reset to how they were at the start of their first movie, and then they have to go through that character arc again in the sequel. Yeah. And a lot of it's just like, you've already done this, you should be a different type of person. And I think in this movie, it's great. There's still like shards and fragments of what it seems to be from the first movie, but you can definitely tell that Anne Hathaway is not the same character.
Andy is like off rip. They pointed out, you're a lot more confident, like, and like she walks in to Miranda's office, and Meryl Streep, this is like kind of like the Devil Wears Prada, like my very first like fully sit down with watching her. She is just fan-fucking-tastic.
Great actor.
Yeah, like the whole cast does a great job. The plot lines of it, because Miranda is such like a fashion mogul. She's literally like the face of fashion, and to see her like off rip, like she's on like her heels, just because of the claims of like the child labor that she like looked past.
Yeah. I feel like they were able to incorporate a lot of real world aspects into this movie really like smoothly, and not in a way that felt forced or like obtuse. It all flowed very well.
I mean,
like even with like the AI memes of Meryl Streep in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, they're not like forcing that too bad. That's actually pretty good. Like, that is very good direction.
Yeah, I would say too, kind of like one of the big things is like what it really comes down to when it crumbles down, spoiler warnings, is when the consultant group comes in and like they're like, yeah, we're going to wipe everything out, which, I mean, I don't want to like get too deep into like personal things, but like at my place of employment, that's happened, and like two like really good coworkers of mine like got cut because of it. So, but
you should have been Anne Hathaway and saved him.
I tried, but I'm pretty low in the totem pole. Stay low to the
so is Han.
Yeah, Han.
And
but yeah, no, I mean, just going through with the a big Nigel movie. He's in this movie a lot more than he is in the first one.
Stanley Tucci, always great to have him in any movie, and he plays his role exceptionally.
My God, I just love like. As someone who's watched like Project Runway like pretty much his whole life, he's so good in like kind of like that Tim Gunn like stylist role, just always helping each other out, but like always just like kind of like being behind the strings of like setting things into motion for Andy and Miranda to unite again after all these years. But yeah, I mean, I would just say this is better than the first movie. I would also say there are some things that are forced, so we can get into a little bit of negatives. I think the love interest is completely forced.
Yeah, like the whole time maybe it's just my jealousy of having this man with Anne Hathaway and it not being me, but I was like, I just don't see them together.
Yeah, and like off rip too, like a big pet peeve of mine is like when like films don't want to show the development between two characters, so they have
a little time skip.
not even like a time skip, but like a character will like be like,
there was something happening. Yeah.
Like this is completely.
Like we can't just have the audience be like, oh, they were We have to have a character come in and be like, they were having a thing in case all of you in the audience missed it.
Yeah, no, and like another franchise that does this really bad. And this is completely off track, so I'm sorry. But Studio Ghibli does this all the time. Like, Spirited Away, well, he must love you then. Yeah. It's like, love. He loves you. But, like, none of, like, the characters actually,
when they do it, it's good.
I mean, it's still ways... That's why,
a great movie.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I that's just off tangent. Yep. It's just, like, a franchise and studio company that does that quite a bit.
But no, I totally agree with that, though. Yeah. I think that another thing, like, speaking of, like, the relationship couples, too, like, and I know it was meant to be horrible, but every scene with Emily Blunt and her, like, husband...
Well, it's funny you say Emily Blunt. The character's name is Emily.
Is she actually named Emily? I thought that was, like, the fake name.
No, Emily.
Oh, okay.
They call each other... She called them the Emilys because she was Emily's assistant to Emily, so... Like, Emily was Miranda's assistant for, like, years and years and years. And now it's, like, Emily, because, like, all, like, the interns would come in and be like, Emily, come get this. Emily, because she didn't care about them, so she just called them Emily.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But so Emily then and her husband, anytime that they were together on screen, I was like, kill me. Make me fucking not have to sit through this. Yeah. I think it was mainly just the dude, whatever his name was, Bomb or something. Whatever.
Benji, I thought it was, or whatever.
Benji. Yeah. Whatever. He was just like the tech bro. He's essentially like an Elon Musk type of character. Yeah. And it was like, God, I fucking hate this guy. Just fucking end it. End it all. Yeah. But I think is obviously on purpose. So in that regard, they did really well. But just talking about relationships, I had to bring that up.
I think we'll go into like relationships and like. This is like a big positive, but ended up being a con for me. I loved how Emily was the villain of this movie. Yeah. That was so cool because like of how bad Miranda treated her in the first movie, and now she finally got her get back. And then obviously it doesn't work out because Andy and Miranda pull off a very like crazy move to get Benji's ex-wife involved. And
I do like that. In this film, nothing felt like wasted. Like there were no plot lines that like.
Well, the relationship.
I mean, yes, but I mean, like it was still integral to like the story or whatever. I mean, like nothing happened to where I'm like, you could take that out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would say that with like the love interest.
I think it was still good to have a love interest. I just don't think they've made the love interest very interesting or good.
Yeah, I guess. But so. First part of that, what I said with Emily being the main villain, great. Did not like how they like cushioned the blow and they forced it to like where I thought Devil Wears Prada had like a very outlier ending compared to like other 2000s formula movies that were like really good. I think that they did that with this one, and now it's done. It's done. Yeah. Like
this is the bow that they're tying around.
Yeah,
it.
And I
could kind of see it because Emily and Andy becoming friends at the end. I can kind of see obviously I can see Emily reaching out because her plan didn't succeed. Or whatever. Yeah. But I can also see Andy like forgiving her and like establishing that relationship because even though now she's on good terms with Miranda. They are both still, like, victims of her cruelness and meanness. Yeah. So I can definitely still see them being, like, friends. And it is, like, friendships are complicated. So, like, things like that, you know, can't happen in the real world. So I'm like, it is believable. But, it was, like, a little, like, too much of a happy ending, for sure.
Yeah. It would have been, honestly, maybe not, like, dinner, but maybe like like a montage of like everyone like Miranda and Andy and like she'd be I gotta take this call and then there's like maybe a subtle phone call like over like dinner or something like that would be cool. I know we said that it felt like there was a bow on this, but I just thought Andy and Miranda's chemistry as like a business duo in the fashion world is so kick ass. I would not be mad if we got a third one.
Yeah, I mean, nobody thought a second one would be made. So.
And it's better than the first
20
one.
20 more years!
Oh.
We'll get the third. Meryl, get up. But I want to say what I did like about this one is that, you know, this movie is obviously about like the fashion industry and basically just like the company of Runway, yeah. But what I also liked is that it's mainly just about like artistry and art in general. Yeah. They bring up a lot about AI and technology taking over the world and corporations, and I think really at its roots the story is mainly about artistry and like where it fits into place in the new age of technology and how people are coping with moving on and like how the world is like kind of like moving on without them. There's a very like pretty powerful scene where like the tech bro is talking to Meryl Streep about how just the world is coming and all you can do is like stand there and accept it. And so I really like that message of the movie about how artistry is important and that even though you like the world is changing, we shouldn't take art and success and development out of human hands.
For sure. No,
it was great.
Yeah, I mean, great themes. And just as someone who's like I said, grew up watching Project Runway and like gotten like really like in depth in like streetwear fashion as well. It's just like I love fashion. It's just one of my favorite things to do is like piecing outfits together and like just that level too. Whenever the Met Gala is around or you know just watching like those types of shows, it's just very interesting to see how the world thinks of like you know a certain outfit. And, like, you can, like, literally you have, like, these board meetings of, like, who the fuck filmed this? This is the most god-awful piece of shit. And this is, like, and, like, I also really loved Miranda's just, like, no bullshit, like, I don't care if people cancel me humor.
True.
But, like,
how they had to change
and it felt
things
so
for, like,
in
HR.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I'm gonna just kill myself.
The trafficking joke really caught me off guard.
True.
But yeah, I know.
I think speaking about how like your love of fashion, it was sweet to just see all the different types of like fits everybody was wearing. Every scene, you're like, damn, they got that shit on. Yeah, it was super cool. Especially
cameos. That is how you really do cameos. Like you got Roy McIlroy, Heidi Klum,
Caleb Heron.
Yeah, Caleb Heron. Yeah, we gotta give shout out.
Shout out, that's our boy.
We don't know. I knew about Caleb.
No, yeah, I've seen a ton of his clips.
Hilarious guy.
Yeah, super funny. He's been kind of running it around on my YouTube Shorts recently.
Yeah, because like he was like going crazy on podcasts, like clips and you know just episodes in general, and then like he kind of disappeared. Well, we know why.
He was here. He's doing God's work.
Yeah.
Also, Lady Gaga. I love that we got like a mini Lady Gaga
That was kind of funny. We were talking about like Jesus and Judas as like when they're like at the Last Supper, like you know symbolism. But like I was like, oh, Lady Gaga Judas, and he's like, no, like what? No.
That is not what happened.
No. He's saying like he was like, no, that's so stupid. It's such a stupid joke, and then it ended up happening.
I was like, oh, she's like sitting where Judas is. And Bro's like, I don't see any Lady Gaga.
But we ended up seeing her.
True. And then she popped up. I was like, did you know she was in this?
I had no idea.
No, it was funny.
Oh, Karl Anthony Towns, good cameo as well. And Anne Hathaway is a big Knicks fan, so it's pretty cool if you know ball. But yeah, no, I mean, really good. This is how you do a sequel 101.
And then they had that pull-out scene to like at the end of the movie when they pull out of the building. Yeah. And they like show everybody in their different rooms and everything. And you said it was like another callback to the first film.
Yeah, it was like the main theme of it. Yeah, fantastic. Maybe that's how this video will end.
Yeah.